Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in the last couple of hours, price has been pushing down very nice, right? You can see a massive push. This right here is a consolidation, but also a trendy consolidation, meaning price is in a consolidation, but at the same time in a trend, right? Very nice. So what do we expect the 714 method to do? Now, by the looks of this, you already know what is going to happen. You know we are going to shoot all the way up and it's going to be massive. Now today I'm projecting price will get to this high right here. That is what I'm projecting, right? First of all, you can see that within the range, which is the 714 method zone, I can't actually find the arrow. Yes, this is it. So you can see that we are in a downtrend within this zone right here. And if we are in a downtrend, our expectations is that price should reverse and push all the way up after that downtrend is elapsed. Now looking at that trendy downtrend, right? You can see that we were also on a trend line. You can see it, but this is the next touch right here. Price took out this high, but immediately did what? Reversed, and we had another failed touch right here. So what is price going to do next is going to push all the way up. You can see from here we shoot all the way up. From this range we have to shoot all the way up. Now with this, I'm not really going to stress myself. I have to execute a very big trade because this is the bottom of the trend, right? This right here is the bottom of the trend, so I have to execute at least a lot of trades. But that is it. I'm already in trades on different pairs, so I can't really execute much more trades again. So you can see what is happening, right? Look at this. First we have a touch to this level right here, a magnificent touch. This right here was the first touch from here all the way up to that zone. A failed move. This couldn't actually touch the zone, but it was powerful enough to push price all the way up to this zone. Now we had the complete touch again. It also break out this high right here and another failed move. What do we think this failed move is going to do? It's going to take out the last failed move, which is this level right here. But so far so good. You could have already been able to execute this trade because we came all the way back down to the last order block of this whole trend. And as you can see, within that last order block, price just wicked all the way up with massive bullish engulfing candle. That bullish engulfing candle also tried its best and took out this last high right here, giving us a change of character while doing so. Now, in order for you to execute another trade or a bigger trade, you can equally use the bigger time frame. And looking at the bigger time frame, you realize that we are all the way back to the last change of character. This was where the change of character started. So price change character right here, push all the way up. We did not yet test this trend line though, but you can obviously see that we are at the last change of character, which had some massive price movement there already. So we are likely to shoot all the way up from this zone. But I still wanted us to hit this trend line. That would have been massive if we hit the trend line. But yes, this is what we are currently looking at. This right here is what I call a rolling trend. Now, a rolling trend is a type of trend that will actually flip into an uptrend, but it's just still finding the right position to do so. So you can see that we are going to be having some serious rejections, but at the same time price is just going to be continuing pushing all the way down. You can see we are having serious rejections. I know this is bulky, just take it like that, right? So you can see we're having serious rejections all the way up to these highs. You can see serious rejections, but price will continue shooting all the way down, right? So that is what I call a rolling trend. It's just finding a suitable zone to start pushing all the way up. So this is where I want price to get to first. That is taking out this fair value gap right here, so that I can equally take my first TP at 33.23. After that 33.23, which is just around this zone right here. So this right here is a lower time frame, so it will be quite huge, but you already know what happens, right? So this is it, just around this range right here, 33.23. So 33.22 is where I'll be taking the TP right there. Very simple, right? You can obviously see that it's a very big trade, and that's what you should be doing, and that is how you should be trading. That is the main reason why you should not actually do forget about trend analysis or not understand trend analysis as a trader. So this is what you should be doing. You should be catching the biggest move that you can actually or possibly catch. And at the same time, your stop loss should be very, very tiny. Now you can see that despite me entering into bigger loss sizes, my stop loss will probably just be around, this will be around somewhere 2K. And the bigger loss sizes, which is the 10 loss sizes, will be around somewhere probably 4K thereabouts, right? So as you can see, yes. So that doesn't mean I actually want to lose this. No, I don't actually want to lose it. If price is coming back massively, I'll probably get out of the trade. Very, very nice. But so far, so good. We don't really concentrate on this trend line again. Neither are we concentrating on this high. What you are concentrating on is this level right here. And also, it's just about the same high as this right here. So we don't want to see a rejection from this zone. If there's a rejection from this zone, we'll be thinking twice as to what to do. But yes, we don't want to see a rejection around this zone right here. So I'll probably just have to uh, set an alarm there when price gets all the way back into that zone right there. Yes. So this is the type of move that we are going to catch today. It's going to be a very huge and a very, very big move. Very, very nice to be honest. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens because price is finally ready to do what? Reverse and continue pushing all the way up. Now, I've always wanted to follow the trend. If I know we are in a downtrend, I just ignore the downside moves. As you can see, I wasn't in any trade throughout the day because I don't really like this right here, no? But I'll always try my best and catch the biggest move of all, which is this big move right here. So that is what I always do. I try my best and catch the biggest move. Now that doesn't mean my TP will hit. You already know me. Normally, I just take my profits before my TP even gets hit because I don't see why I shouldn't take my profits, let's say, around this zone right here. When price could push from here all the way up to this level and start rejecting, I don't see why I can't take my TP right here. I'll equally get out of the trade, even if we not get up to this high right here. If we finally get to that high, I already have a what to do inside my mind. I already have a structure as to whether to execute another trade again or do what, just leave it as that, right? So right now when we get through that zone, you can already see that we're having a high just above that level right there, which is this range. So when we get through that zone, we'll probably have a rejection, maybe back to this zone right here, or probably just push through it and come back to retest it before we continue going all the way up, right? But that's just it. Let's see what happens.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, so basically my final TP has gotten hit. As you can see, it was a bumpy ride, but we made it all the way up there. So what are we expecting currently? So basically this is what we are looking at. I've told you guys this is a rolling trend, and a rolling trend always takes out a high before a retracement, right? So if this is actually going to work as a rolling trend, we have to have something that looks like this, obviously. So you can see that we have massive rejections, right? So if this wants to change into an uptrend, it has to push at least back to this high, or maybe just take out this minimum high right here before a pullback, and it will continue pushing all the way up. So basically, yes, that is just what I'm looking at. I'm looking for price to take out this high right here before I could actually do what, execute another buy, or I'll probably just use the daily what candle analysis to execute another buy, right? But yes, the 714 method is, it was quite good, right? It was quite good. All TPs has been hit. Now first, obviously you can see that I don't have any bigger trades left because I took the first TP on this one right here. Second TP, you already know where it was. Final TP, that was it right there. This one I'm probably just going to leave it as a swing trade. I'm still looking at a rejection, but by the way, this is when you look at this range and the movement. So whenever you have a trend movement, right? So let me show you this. So let me see if I can show you this. Obviously. All right. So if you have a trend, this right here was a trend movement, as you can see. we're in a consolidational uptrend, right? So you can see the price actually broke through. It's very, very nice. So whenever you have a trend movement and it's a what in a consolidation, check to see is the consolidation squeezing or is it releasing. Now basically what this means is if there's a squeeze, that means the price will push either the opposite way and it will push very, very fast, right? So basically this is just what the same, right? Price is in a what same range. But what I mean by if price is squeezing is, for instance, we are having an uptrend, and before you realize we're having something that looks like this. This is a squeeze. This right here is a squeeze. So indirectly it's telling you that the next candle or the next change of character will push price down. So you can see that we weren't having a squeeze, right? We're having an open what trend. So an open trend is a trend that is quite huge. It always takes out the last high and it's becoming wider and wider. So you can see that we push back and we push all the way through. So this has just become wide. Indirectly, it's telling you that it is a continuation. It's not going to drop just like that. It will continue to push all the way up. And as you can see, the final TP has been hit. So basically, that is just it. Now, if you want to see a back-tested example of this trade, I have to make a very simple yet short example of this trade because a lot of people don't really actually want to see me trade live because it takes a lot of time, right? So I'm going to make a video on that. Check out this video on your right if you want to actually see what happened and how I got this trade exactly at this same point right here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching and let's see what happens next.